Hello, the game is Lost Ark, the North American beta test. I took a journey into this wonderful world, and I'd like to share with you what I learned during the beta. I want to go over the beta, what I've learned. I do have an old video where I went last year and played on the Russian server. It's like a 3-hour long video. I'll put the link in the description if you want to see that. It has a little more detail. But this, I wanted to focus on the North American release. Oh my, with the horses. So kind of what I learned, how it's going to play out. Some of the topics I want to talk about is, the early access. I'll try to throw some tips and tricks in there that I learned, just some things to help you out and kind of explain how it's going to go. Is the game pay to win is a big question. It's a big concern of mine. If you're new to my channel, I'm a little bit rambly. I go into detail and such. A lot of people like that. Some people don't. Some people just want to get right to the information. So for you people, I will be sure to timestamp the heck out of it like I usually do. I always put timestamps so you can watch my video long format or just jump to the thing that you want so you can get on and do the other thing. My thoughts about the game in general, it's a lovely game. It's beautiful. It plays fine. I have an i5 processor. I have a 1060 graphics card. My computer's very old. The graphics card, the only reason I have a 1060 is because lightning hit, not my house, but somewhere nearby, and it surged through my cable modem, the cable company, and hit my computer, I think, and it blew my video card. And I had to replace my video card, so I got upgraded. Other than that, I'd have an even worse video card. So my computer's that old, and it runs fine. I'm getting solid 60s, going up into the 80s and 90s sometimes FPS. I think I might get dips here and there, but I haven't noticed anything. CPU usage runs high, but it's not like burning my CPU out or anything. I've streamed, I've recorded videos while I was playing, so I don't know if they're mining cryptocurrency or what, with the high CPU usage, but to me it's not something I worry about. Hopefully they aren't doing anything like that. But the performance is fine. It's a beautiful game. The sound effects are not only great, they're delicious. I would say New World quality sound effects, because I consider the sound effects that they did in New World very good. It is a Eastern game, so it will have the RNG nature to it, the gambling nature. The end game is a lot of upgrading gears with components that you find. To me, that's a downside. Some people like that. I do not like that Eastern style. I prefer the Western style of the drop is hard to come by. Not you need to gamble to upgrade it. Methodology. There's two different. I mean, basically, it's all gatekeeping, right? You can't just give everybody everything. You have to gatekeep gear. And one of the ways of doing that is either on the front end, gatekeep how often it drops and how hard it is to get the drops, or gatekeep how hard it is to upgrade to what you really need. As far as pay to win, that's difficult for me to say because I haven't played any game. My understanding is there's not a lot of pay to win. The cash shop's not that bad. You got to remember this is a top-notch AAA game, MMO. This is an MMO first and foremost. Everybody says it's a Diablo-like MMO, but first and foremost it is an MMO. So there's grinding up your levels. There's going through quest lines. The quest lines to me is very Final Fantasy-ish, except you can skip it a lot faster, which I appreciate. I just burn through it. But what I mean by Final Fantasy is you have a main story quest, and you have some little side quests. It's not as involved or crazy as Final Fantasy, but it's the same structure. You path through, right? You path through here, and you do quests, and you path through here, and you unlock this portal, and then you path down around here doing main story quests, which will lead you to this unlock. Path up here, you get your horse somewhere around here. You go back to the city, path back to here, go up here, they send you into this dungeon, so this is like your first dungeon experience. Then you'll do main story quests. I think around here is where I'm at now. And then, here's the town you start in, then you go here, then you path here. I can't access it on this character, but it's the same thing. It's the same type of mapping system in all these. And then, oops, didn't want to go out that far. And then this is the world, right? So you go to this one, then this one, and that's this section. And then next is this section where you hit that one, and then, you know, on and on and on. You have all these maps. So this is how big the world is. It's pretty big. And you can port to any of these once you unlock them. And I haven't really been out here, but as you can see, the world's pretty huge. Like, you have all these countries with different areas, and each area is beautifully decorated. They have, like, themes, mushroom-shaped hillsides. You know, one I was looking at, I haven't been to it myself, but I seen on a video. You're tiny, like, the bugs are big, you're, like, in small world. So, like, everything's, like, super huge, basically. It's really cool. The game has a lot of cool, like, each area has its own design and aesthetic, which is very nice, beautiful. Its own sound effects. The monsters are very detailed. So if you like going around and killing, let me see if I can find a monster. If you like going around and killing monsters, you know, they're pretty fun to look at the different designs, because you can get right up on them, and they're pretty detailed. These are some of the more uglier ones, but yeah. Very unique, detailed monsters that are pretty cool, that match the theme. Yeah, so, and then you progress out, and I think you max out your level. There's sailing, which I haven't done yet. I haven't had time. I was hoping in this closed beta that I could get into the sailing. I wasn't able to do it on the Russian server. But, you know, there's sailing that you can go out to these little islands and do things on and discover stuff. You know, you can have, like, basically your character turns into a boat. You're not on a boat. I think, like, your character turns into a boat, and you might have some abilities or something. So let me show you some skins. Where are the skins? I want to show you sailing. So, for example, you can buy these skins. So your boat will look like this. You know, or your boat will look like this. And I like I said, I'm not familiar with the sailing, but I'm sure there's abilities and skills or whatever. I don't know. You can fight in battle. I'm not sure. But that's neat. Small part of the game, but just like some neat stuff that goes on to it. And then, you know, PvP, I understand, is pretty cool. There is no pay to win in PvP because everything is, what's the word I'm looking for? Nominal. Everything's the same. Everything gets brought down, so it's all balanced. You know, if you have the best gear in the world, it doesn't matter. You know, everybody's level evens out, and you just fight. So the classing and the balancing is good on PvP. I'm not a big PvPer. I'll do it to get, like, rewards or whatever, but I tend to stay on PvE. PvE is a full-fledged MMO. It's like legit rating. I think endgame consists of getting your gear score up. Let me see if I can show you my character. So this gear score here, right? This is starting out. I'm level 50. You know, I'm up to 58.3. Basically, you get, like, you know, 1,000, 1,200. You can do another tier. You know, I don't know what the levels are. You can look at another video if you want to get into that. This is general information. But basically, it goes by, you know, upgrading your gear and going into dungeons and fighting them. I think you have 2 dailies, so you can do, like, 2 to 4 dungeons a day for rewards. I think you can do more than them if you want, but it's not as good. I don't know. But basically, the end game is doing your dailies, doing raids, upgrading your gear, probably farming for gold to buy the stuff that you need to upgrade for gear. So it's pretty neat. So let me, since I just said gold and buying upgrades, so let me address currencies, and then I'll go into pay to win. I want to play while I'm talking, but I'm worried about the noise level. So let me try to do a quest, just so you guys can see the gameplay. I don't want to just sit here and talk while I'm standing still. So as far as, like, the currency, so let me show you here what we got. Silver, crystals. These are just like res feathers. They res you when you die. You can self-res or res other people. I think this is pronounced Fion. And then gold, which I don't know why they don't show the gold over here. They show it down here. So let's start with silver. Silver is your vendor currency. That's going to allow you to buy, like, these potions, stuff like that. It's your general in-game vendor currency. You're going to get tons of it. hundreds of thousands, probably millions of it. It's what I have here is completely insignificant. What you can't buy with it, I think, are like these potions that give you 45% hit points that can be used in raids and in certain areas, and you need them. I think those you have to buy with gold. I'm not 100% sure about that. But, yes, that's your general vendor currency. Gold is the game's primary currency that you're going to be buying stuff with, like off the auction houses and such. Gold can then be converted into these crystals. So think of these crystals as like a higher level gold. And did you see that notification that was just down here? Something secret stash? We'll get into that. That's the shop. It gets updated every so often. So these crystals are basically like a higher level gold. I don't know what the conversion rate is, but that's what they are. You can also take money and buy royal crystals, which aren't shown here during the cash shop, and then convert the royal crystals into regular crystals if you want. Fions are used to make for auctioning. So think of these, and you have to buy these with these crystals. I don't know if you can buy them with gold. You can buy them with these crystals, which are essentially gold. But they allow you to do auctions. I think you need them for buying and selling. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't been high enough level yet. But think of these as auction fees. Like if you're playing World of Warcraft, there's an auction fee for selling an item or something. This is to make it so people can't manipulate the market and they're not putting junk on the market. So that's basically the function of these, is to prevent somebody from buying up a thing and then reposting it for a little bit more and making a profit, because you're not going to do that because it'll cost you a lot of money. So it limits the transactions through a value gate. You know what I mean? So if that makes sense to you. And then if we go into the store, and we'll get into a little bit of if the game's pay to win as we go in here. These royal crystals, there's the regular crystals. These royal crystals are money. They're bought with real money. It's the only way to get them. So when you spend $1, you get these. I don't know what the cost is going to be because I don't have it yet. I think just looking at this stuff is $100 per $1. That's what I'm thinking. And that leads me to think that some of this stuff is pretty expensive. Right? So a skin, this awesome skin for $23. So I don't know what the conversion rate's going to be, and I don't know what these prices are. These are just beta prices. These are all, they're going to have to figure all this stuff out before the game releases, like what the price of pet at. Is this $14 or should it be $4? Like, to me, I don't think this skin should be $23. Well, I don't, given the, let me take that back. This is a free-to-play game, absolutely free. There's no upfront. It's not buy-to-play. You just go on Steam and you can download it, play it. That's it. It's done. There you go. It works. It's fully functional. You can fully play it. No demos or anything like that. So with being that it's a free-to-play game, they have to make their money somewhere. So maybe this does need to be $20. I don't know. I would like to see a skin like this be like around $10 or $9.99 or maybe when it first comes out, it's $20, and then a month later, you drop it down to $10, and that's the permanent store price, So the people who want to be special first and exclusive can pay that higher premium, and all of us schlubs who are, not too worried about it but still want it can buy it later. I don't know. Anyway, everybody has their own opinions about that. This will be whatever it is. Here I'll show you, and I don't know if they're going to keep this in the game, but you can convert to regular crystals. So for 500 money crystals, we'll call them royal crystals, you can convert into 200 blue crystals, which is essentially gold. So now this kind of starts getting into pay to win territory. This is where people are like, oh, it's pay to win, it's pay to win. Which I'm totally against pay to win. I am so far left, far right, whatever you want to call it. I'm an extremist pay to win person, but I do understand a free to play game must make money. So, that's just the reality of it. So as you can see, this is popular and recommended because everybody got a whole bunch of these for free. We got 40,000 of these royal crystals to buy stuff with and just try stuff out. And everybody at some point wants to convert them into the blue stuff so you can buy the things that you need to buy that are blue. So things that are blue typically are like your Fions, your 30-day crystalline ore. Again, remember blues are gold as well. So your 30-day subscription premium benefits, and this is going to change, what that includes. I think for North American release, Europe release, they're putting more into this. Like there's a lot of subsystems in the game, like pet subscriptions, like to have your pets give you abilities and give you stats and stuff like that. Had its own separate 30-day sub that you had to pay for. They're getting rid of all those systems and wrapping them into this premium subscription service, which I think is a good thing, because I think a lot of people would be like, what is all this craziness? You're nickel and diming me to death. The West does not like that stuff whatsoever. We see that in a negative light. Whereas a lot of the Eastern games, like that's very common, very normal, and almost desired. And they get upset when they don't have that kind of stuff. So, two different cultures. So when you're releasing a game like this, you got to understand the culture, or you could potentially damage a game and cause it to fail. Anyway, game design philosophy. Don't want to get too much into that. People are very opinionated. I hope it's not $18 for a name change, though. I hope it's not $9 to re-customize your character. Keeping in mind, I think it's like that much, $5 or $10 in Final Fantasy, which you have to buy, which you have to have a $15 or $12 a month subscription. So keep that in mind that this is free. So anyway, so you can take these and convert them to these, which is essentially gold, so that's pay to win. You can take the royal crystals, which is money, and buy a skin. And then you can take the skin, it's not bound to you. You can take the skin and sell it on the marketplace to somebody for gold, and that price is going to be determined by supply and demand. How much gold is out there versus how many people want something, mounts and skins. So that's the pay to win. And then why would somebody do that? Why would somebody take their real life money to get gold in game? Gold's the primary currency that you need to upgrade. That's what gatekeeps you from upgrading a lot of stuff. You could literally, once people start selling the extra of material or whatever it is that you need to upgrade, once they start selling that, you can buy it for gold. So if you can take your money and convert it into gold, and then you can just do that as much as you want. So that's what whales are going to do. Streamers are probably going to do that just so they can get ahead fast. That's your pay to win that everybody's talking about. To me, I don't see it as that much of a problem. I see it as player-to-player interaction through a legit service within the game. I would rather do it that way than have people doing it black market, going to a website to some gold farmer, spending $100 on them, and then taking that gold in game, and then just doing a transfer of gold to a player for an item. The company sees none of that profit when you do it that way, and you get the hassle of gold farmers and bots, and that's incentivized. So to have a method to transfer money into in-game currency so you can buy stuff without having to go black market, I've always been for that. I know a lot of people aren't, but it makes sense to me. It supports the business and gives players what they want. It's kind of like, it's the philosophy behind prohibition, right? If you ban selling alcohol, there's going to be a black market for it, and then you're just going to create the mafia and have a whole, you basically just created organized crime, and you have that whole issue to deal with now, versus just kind of make it legal and regulate it a little bit, and people are going to do what people do. So that's a whole philosophical debate on that. I don't want to get into that. It is what it is, and that's the pay to win that people are complaining about. Mostly, there's some other things, but I think that's what I would consider the most pay to win part about this game. Which we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. It could go one way, it could go another. To me, it's not that big of a deal considering it's a free-to-play game. And considering how fun and great the game has been and is, so I'm really stoked for it. What next? All right, let me show you what to expect, kinda. I'm gonna cut this video just in case something happens. I don't want to lose the video again. Let me start over, or not start over, but start a fresh clip. Okay, so Let's get into what to kind of expect, right? When you come in, when you first start a game, you have to get to level 10 to pick your advanced class. You go through a nice little storyline depending on the race, the basic class that you start, and then at level 10 you can pick an advanced class. I'm just going to go in, since I'm just standing here, I'm going to port into town, just so we get a little bit of ambiance and see people running around. That tune, each class has their own instrument. So each base class, so like for gunners,
Do you require
I think it's like an
assistance?
electric guitar. For warriors, I think it's like a horn. All of them are cool. All right, let's chill here in town. We'll see people run through the portal and run around, and that way we can kind of see them. Give you guys a little bit, at least a little bit of ambiance to look at while you're doing it. So actually, let's go over here to where when you start, you have to do a dance class. Let's see how many people are still making
Lovely weather we're having today.
new classes. So that's the cloud mount.
There's a useful tool.
Oops. When you first start a character, one of the quests you have to do is
Brothers
come
and
over here
sisters,
and dance.
let us pray.
So we'll hang out here and see how many people are dancing. When this open beta started, there was so many people
May
here
regulars
dancing.
watch over this
Now
city.
everybody's like higher level, doing their thing, trying out different classes.
Lord of all gods, please watch over us.
Where was I? Okay, so getting started. So yeah, so your classes are, well, I don't want to get into classes. So basically, you'll get started. When you hit level 10, you'll pick an advanced class, and that's it. Your advanced class is that's what your character is. You don't change your class. You can respec it as much as you want, I believe. Let me show you the specs real quick. Character, combat skills. You can freely spec and unspec, right? So you build your character by putting points into it. So as you can see, I have 6 points. When I put 1 in there, if I go again, it's going to cost me 1. Now it's going to cost me 2 points for every point. So as you increase, your cost is increasing. But also, you're unlocking, I think they call these the tripods, which is weird. You're unlocking these different levels. Each level has abilities. You know, MP cost down, a little bit more range, duration of the move speed. And these are your builds, right? So as you go down here, you decide how many points you want to go all the way down to 3 levels. Usually what you do is you pick out the abilities you want. You build all 3 levels of those abilities, maybe 1 or 2 you only go 2 or 1 levels with, and then that's the skills you use, because you only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 8 slots for all these different skills. So that's what people talk about for like builds, right? So, and then you can save this. So let's say I made a build, like I like that, so I save that. You can make another save, another. You can have all these saves. So I think, so what's it? 1, 2, and then 3 costs me some gold, some blue crystals, which you can either buy with real money or convert gold into blue. So you can open up, I guess, up to 10 of these presets, and you can name them. You know, like you'd be like, this is my PvP fire build, fire butt. This is my PvP fire butt. You know, and that way, when you want to switch, you just swap it around. Oh, now I want to do a raid. I want to do whatever. So your skills can be built however you want. You can have presets, which is very nice. No respec costs, nothing like that. It's good. I like that. Makes it very fun. I don't know what recommended does. Settings. Track trees for notification for when you get new gear. There's a lot of advanced stuff I have no idea about. So let me get into the classes and advanced classes. So I'm gonna cut my clip here. I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna jump into the training. Should I show you guys the cool? There's a cool scene. No, I'm not going to spoil it. It's probably other videos you've watched will probably spoil it. I want to show you guys. It looks so cool, and I want it in my video. But I'm not going to spoil it for you. I'm going to let you experience that for yourself. I'm just going to jump in, skip all that, and jump into the little class demo section, so I can kind of show you the different classes. Be right back. So I'm in the character selection screen here. I have like my bard that I was messing around with. I didn't do too much on the bard. It's only level 12 because I played one on a Russian server, so I'm pretty familiar with how they play. Was messing around with a striker. As you can see, it's kind of hard to get names. I was surprised that this one was for my scrapper. I'm surprised this name was acceptable because of the last 3 letters. I thought it was funny. But yeah, there's some neat stuff in here. Like you can change. I think you can change your music in here. You can get specialized backgrounds. You know, I think. I don't know, one of these I think comes with a package, one of the founder packages. But I have an open expansion slot here. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think you get 6, and then if you want to expand, you can buy 6 more. I'm not sure what the power pass is, but let me go ahead and create a character. That's loud. So what I do like about the character creation selection, it kind of gives you a base understanding of the game just through this little map here, right? How defensive is he? How Dex is like speed, really, kind of like how mobile is what they call it. So how fast they run, how many dashes they have. You know, there's not only how many dashes they have, but what's the cooldown of their dash? Is it 12 seconds or 6 seconds? That makes a big deal. How strong they are, melee, range, support. It would be like things like, can they heal, can they shield, can they tank, can they give buffs? And every class has a little bit of support, I think. But we'll just go down here, right? So you have a warrior, which can be a berserker, a gun lancer, or a paladin, and it gives you a nice little video preview of each. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I went into more detail in my other video. Well, you know, let me just go through these. I'll go through my thoughts, because otherwise I'm going to have to go back and discuss this. So warrior can be berserker, gun lancer, paladin. Berserker, this, in my opinion, this is the best class. People say, what's the best class? And everybody will say, well, you know, it depends, da-da-da, you like PvP, you like PvE, and everybody's like, but just tell me what the best class is. And, it depends on what you like, oh my god, that is a cool ability. That makes me want to play as Berserker. It depends on what you like, and you gotta feel it, which is all true. Everybody's gonna have their own opinion about what's best, because they're all good. But the Berserker, I think, is the premium class. I think honestly, the Berserker is going to be one of the most played. It's good in PvE. It's good in PvP. It has, like, my understanding is the progression as expansion comes out, it stays good, right? So some classes are bad but get better eventually. Some classes are good and get worse as the game expansions come out. My understanding is Berserker stays good the whole time. It's not the best at everything, but it's really good at damage, really good at AoEs. It feels good, it looks good, it's a little bit tanky, it's a little bit mobile. Like, it has everything you could potentially want. It's a good beginner class, and a lot of people will tell you any tanky class is a good beginner class, is what a lot of people will tell you. The assassins and the gunners, more squishy, more advanced players tend to like them because they don't rely on their tankiness. They know what the raid bosses do. They know all the mechanics of the game, so they don't need that tankiness anymore. So that's why a lot of people are saying, for beginners, you know, get a tanky class until you can learn the game, learn how the bosses maneuver, and then play one of the more advanced classes and start sinking your resources into the not advanced class, into one of the squishier classes that can do more damage, be a little bit more mobile, doesn't rely on defense as much. So you sacrifice your defense for other things. And I think that's why that's why you get into the martial artists, the different gunners, and the different assassins. A lot of the more advanced players, like over on the Korean server, kind of gravitate towards them. With that said, some of the tankier classes are great, like the Berserker is one of them. So, Berserker, I think, is a great pick. Anybody who's unsure of what to pick, you're not going to go wrong with the Berserker. Gunlancer, very cool class. You know, you have a gun on a lance. The Gunlancer is the tankiest class. It is, when you say tank, there is no taunt, right? But it's the class that can take the most damage. See that shield right there? That's your ultimate. It literally protects you and makes you damn near invulnerable. The sacrifice you get for that is low DPS depending on your build. And when I say low, right, you're not doing like 10% damage and DPS is doing 90% damage. It might be more like you're 60% and a good DPS is 90% or something like that. And if you build, my understanding is if you build the Gunlancer correctly, you know, a good DPS is 90%, and you might be just 10% under or 80%. So you're almost as good as like the best DPS. So it really depends on the build. So which nobody's going to be able to tell you about advanced builds except for people in Korea and Russia. So the general advice is they're all good. They all have benefits. They all have different builds they can pick. Pick which one feels the best to you. Now, the downside of this guy, he is 0 mobile. Matter of fact, he's negative mobile. Most classes have a dash forward, even if it's on a 12-second cooldown. This guy's is a jump backwards. His dash is actually a leap backwards. So he's like literally the opposite of mobile. They don't have a lot of mobility skills. Although that jump right there, when I was playing him, that little leap that he does, I found that to be pretty mobile. Like, I could leap all the way across the screen almost. If you select the mobs and hit that, you kind of leap to it, like a leap barbarian or something. So I didn't feel like he was completely horribly mobile. I felt like I could get around and jump around in groups and stuff pretty well with him. Paladin is a tanky support class. There are only 2 support classes in the game. The Paladin and the Bard. Both can heal. So when they say support class, they mean healers, basically. These classes don't heal like normal classes, I don't think. I haven't spent too much time on the Paladin, but the Bard heals by using like its ultimate. So it's not like you're sitting here playing a healer like in Final Fantasy, or you're a shaman in WoW and you're pressing the heal button. That's not how it works. You're still fighting and combating, just like you're seeing here. You're just using abilities that, like, he might have like an AoE ability that increases the player's health a little bit. But Paladins are always welcome. They're a support class. Support classes are pretty much needed, if not highly desirable. Gunlancer is actually considered like a somewhat support class just because they're so tanky and they have buffs as well. So there are your 3 warrior classes that you can pick. I think all 3 of them are great. If you want to be a support class in demand that will get a group as soon as you want it, Paladin or Bard. So out of the warrior classes, you want to be a Paladin. If you want to be super tanky badass like this guy is, and you don't really care about mobility, Gunlancer. Berserker, beautiful all around, got that nice sweet whirlwind ability, high damage, medium tankiness, kind of still a little bit mobile, so definitely I think he's the all-around, I think he's the top gun. Berserker, I honestly think, is going to be what a lot of people pick. Mage. Alright, I'm just going to clip this video just in case something happens. I don't want it to get ruined, and then I'll start on a mage. Okay, so a mage. My heart is broken because when I played in Russia, I played all the different mage classes, and I really like the 2 that aren't available. So when you go into advanced classes, all that is available right now is Summoner and Bard. Bard is, well, Bard's the other support class, and this is more your squishy caster, right? Bard has very good AoEs, like you see the AoE damage is here. AoE, there's another AoE, another AoE. So Bard's very good at grouping them up and then AoEing them down. And they have a lot of the stun locks. See how they keep getting stunned and stuff like that? That's considered support when the monsters kind of get stunned from your abilities. But Bards also have the heal. So Bards are like the big heal class. They drop the big D heal when they use their ability, their special ability. I forget what they're called, but your ultimate basically. So you have to fight to build that up, and then you can throw out a big heal every now and then to help your teammate out. That's considered support. I like the Bard. It's low DPS. It's okay mobility, but nothing great, I think. Might even be considered low mobility. I think the Bard has very pretty skills. I like the play style of the Bard. I like the fact that it's super in demand because it's one of the only 2 support classes. I think the Bard, like if somebody had to choose between a Paladin or a Bard, I think most groups would probably pick a Bard. Like they're considered the premium support class, but both are great. But they're squishy, but that you make up for it in the fact that you can heal and have buffs and stuff like that. DPS is a little bit lower, so in the high end of leveling, they might have a little bit more tough time you getting through some of the quests. But every single class can get through the PvE content solo. Every single class. They just might not be as fast as like an assassin or a gunner just blasting through it like a hot knife through butter. You might have to work a little bit more. The battle will be like this instead of one shot and everything. You'll be doing this instead of an assassin will just come up and blah, and just one shot it and move on. So that's kind of like the difference in DPS. The trade-off in that is you'll have no problem finding raids, none whatsoever. So a lot of people will be playing Bards, a lot of people will be playing Paladins because they want to be a support class. Summoner. Summoner is a very good class from what I hear, and I haven't played it. That's what I was playing earlier. It's one of the reasons why I'm trying to rush through this video, because I need to be able to do this video while the beta's still up. I want to play it tonight. This game is so good, it's making me want to rush through my videos, so I'm so sorry. I'm not showing you all kinds of cool stuff, and I just kind of want to get this information out so I can get this video created while I still have access to the game and can show you this stuff. Because I want to play. That's how good the game is. I want to play the game. And that's how you know it's a good game. That you want to play. Come home from work and be like, I want to play the game. Anyway, Summoner. Summoner is not a Sorcerer. Sorcerer is one of the ones that should be available, or will be available, that I loved when I was in Russia. Sorcerer is like your standard wizard. Where Summoner is more, summon stuff, as you could say. So, I want to talk about the classes that aren't here. I hear this is a very good class in PvE, high damage, also in PvP, wicked. I was reading a post, somebody was like, how do you handle a Summoner? Like, what do you do? Summoner, the reason why a Summoner is destroying you is because you gotta focus them down first. Like, that's how good, apparently, they are at PvP. If you leave a Summoner hanging around for too long, they're going to do some serious damage. So they have pets, so you literally will summon 3 to 4 pets, I think. So you're not really showing that here, it's showing more of the AoE abilities and stuff. But generally, if you want a cool caster class, this is your option. And it's not a bad class to be. A lot of people are digging the caster option. A little squishy, decent mobility, I believe, high damage, class that I want to try out some more because I played a Sorcerer on Russian and didn't put too much time into Summoner. Alright, so now Martial Artist. Now you have Martial Artist Female and Martial Artist Male. And male only has one, like a Striker. Now, I think the Striker is similar to the Scrapper. I could be wrong. You want to go out, if you're interested in the Striker, find out what the female mirror is to the Striker. Looking at that, he looks elemental. Might be the War Dancer. He's either the mirror to the War Dancer or Scrapper. I don't know. But everything's gender locked. You can't pick a gender. I think they're trying to change that by giving like an alternate. But anyway, the martial artists. Oh, we didn't do this for mage. High range, high attack, decent support, low defense, low dexterity. Martial artist, high attack, high dexterity, quick maneuverable, medium defense, low support, low or zero range. Martial artists really have that impactful feel. That's what I like about it. They're like, whoa, pow, pow, like just, you know, it feels like your character's fists are hitting the monsters or hitting the ground. They feel the most impactful to me. So if you like that, you're probably going to pick a martial artist. My stupid mouse keeps coming unplugged. So the War Dancer was pretty good. I liked it. To me, honestly, the War Dancer and the Scrapper feel very similar feel. I would say play either one. They feel very, very similar. The martial artist that feels different to me is the Soul Fist. They're a little bit more magical, as you can see, and they're also a little bit more ranged. So they have some like beams that can come out and reach medium distance, so they're not melee distance. I think you're not going to really go wrong with any of the advanced classes of martial artists. Just keep in mind they're medium to low tankiness. They're decent DPS. They're very maneuverable. That's pretty much it for martial artists. After all this, I got a spreadsheet I want to show you to follow up with this, and I'll kind of get into the positives and weaknesses of each class a little bit more in depth there. But for the martial artists, if you want like just a karate chop, beat yo butt, kick butt, you know, character, if that makes you feel good, this is where you want to go. A lot of people are digging the Scrapper, War Dancer. A lot of people are digging it. Soul Fist is what I played on Russia because I heard it was really good in like PvP and stuff because of the medium distances. I think Soul Fist is considered more complex, or harder to play. I'm not sure. Gunners. Again, they have the same thing. They have most of it is male, but they do have a female version of the Gunslinger. So the Gunslinger is more close range, so instead of being long range, or wait, let me just double check that. I might have it backwards. You're going to have to double check on your own. Go out, search somebody else's video. But the Deadeye and the female version, which is the Gunslinger, are the mirrored versions. And one of them is more medium to close range because they're using a shotgun, and the other one is more long range and feels more like a gunner because they use the rifle. See, that's the shotgun. But both of them basically swap your weapons. So you have like a pistol, a shotgun, a rifle, and each one, as you swap it, that's like your ultimate, swapping the weapons, kind of. Every time you swap it, you have your abilities ready. They have their own cooldowns. You blow them, you swap over to the next weapon. To me, it seemed like a very complex class to play with the swapping. I heard some people say it's not bad. It's not any harder than any other class once you get used to it. But for me, I just, it was a little bit difficult to get into. They look cool. I really liked the way it was going. But the swapping of the different weapons, you get more abilities because you got 3 hotbars basically, which probably makes them much better. But I couldn't get into that, and that's probably just me more than the class. Sharpshooter, he's your bow. He's your bow and arrow class, long range. A lot of people like him. A lot of the guides say he's very good. So if you like a bow and arrow class, you want your hunter player in WoW, or any kind of archer class, and that's what you like, this is your guy. This is your guy right here. He's a good solid class from what I've seen. Now, I haven't even played him in the beta. This is one class that I haven't played because I'm not interested in archer. But from what I've seen in the guides and what I've heard from other players, is he is one of the better gunner types. Now, Artillerist is a very interesting one. He has like a big cannon. You know, a flamethrower and like a rocket launcher, basically. And he doesn't swap weapons like the other ones. It's just the whatever ability you push, that's what it is. He's a little bit different because, see, this is his ultimate right here. You're stationary, so that's going to be key to discussing him as well. He's tanky. He's your tanky gunner, so he's a tanky ranged class. Unfortunately, the downside of that is you're extremely immobile. Like, you know, I was saying the Gun Lancer was the opposite of immobile. This guy is a plant. He barely moves. He's extremely immobile. And when you go into that, most of your DPS is going to come from your ultimate when you're fighting battles. When you go into that, you can't move. Like, the boss will literally just come up and kill you. Or you have to disable it and then you lose your DPS and you got to work your way back up to it. So, but he's a very cool looking class. Like, he's one of my considerations for a main just because I think he's so unique. And he's not horrible to play. He's a little awkward with some of his abilities, but I you know, it's hard to tell until you get to max level what the class's abilities are, or what they will truly feel like. You can get a base feel playing through the betas and playing through the test mode, which I'll show in a second. But you'll never truly know what a class is until you get all their abilities, and then you get these things that change everything. It changes completely how they play. So, you know, at the end game stage. So I'd imagine I imagine you're gonna have to play all these to the end game to really truly decide what you do and don't like. But he's not a bad class to play. If you want a tanky range class with low mobility, there's your guy right there. Assassins. Only 2 assassins available right now, which is a shame because assassins are very fun classes. This Deathblade, I swear, this one of my choices for mains is Deathblade. Even though people consider assassins are squishy, right? They have low defense, like almost no defense, little support, barely any range, huge attack power, huge mobility. So these are the guys that are gonna fly around the screen. These are the martial artists, where I think the martial artists are a little bit more tanky than assassins. Assassins are like pure damage. Just look at that. When I play her, even just starting out, I feel like a 600-volt blender. I'm just insane. And see how she can like push them all together, and she just pushes them. All her moves have like forward motions, so you're always driving into things. You're never having to catch up to them with your abilities. So it just feels like you're just pushing these buttons and your character's just kind of flying all over the place. It has a very good feel. I can understand why more advanced players, where they don't need the defense anymore because they know the game, tend to move towards assassins or gunners or martial artists. So definitely one of my favorites. High damage, felt really good. Shadowhunter, about the same. It's just a different, almost like a different look, but it's basically almost like a magical shadow damage assassin, you know? So really just depends if you like the look of, in my opinion, it just depends on the look. You want this kind of look where you're like magic assassin with dark magic flying around you, or do you want to be like, have 3 swords just going crazy, you know, like you're literally a whirlwind of blades. They're both going to give you that feel. I think the assassins are a very fun class, but I think they're a difficult class to play because you're smush. And in this game, dying means something. Dying doesn't mean, oh, I got durability, or, oh, geez, somebody has to res me. When you go into raids in this game, you have a limited amount of deaths. I don't know what it is. Let's say you can die 4 times. Right? And if your assassin is dying, and your assassin dies 3 times, and then like maybe the tank or the healer dies, you know, you're gonna look like the schmuck because you died 3 times, assassin. Like, come on, don't be bad. So dying in this game has real consequence to whether you succeed or you fail in a raid. And that's so you got to know the game is what I hear, and you need to know your class, and that's why these are considered harder to play because they're squishier, and that's why people recommend more warrior types that have more defense and less squishy. So when you do start this, let's do a, I don't know, what class do we want? I could do a gunner, a martial artist. What would be? Let me go with the assassin. Let me try the shadow. I played the blade dance or the death blade more than I did shadow hunter. So so once you pick what you want, your base class, customize. These outfits up here mean nothing. What you select here doesn't matter. It's just kind of give you an example of what your class could look like. They have some emotes, kind of give you an example of what they're going to look like when they're moving around. You can save your loadouts. Like here's my loadout. That's like a Uma Thurman, white-haired, white cat eye person. I didn't put a lot of thought into it. They have some random presets here. You can go random. You can drill down into the different faces, which didn't really make too much of a difference, you know, like a little bit. I don't know, you want to go for ugly girl, you want to go for girl slightly pretty, how do you just, like, you know, she's got big lips. She has not big lips. She's got darker features, you know, different hairstyles, pretty standard stuff. You know, do you want cat eyes or do you want hearts? I think she has heart eyes. You know, there's, you know, normal pupils, whatever. Skin complexion, freckles, no freckles, yeah, just your basic stuff. You know, your eyeliner, basic blush, basic lips, some different things like that. But I'll just load mine. You hit apply changes, then you're going to name. Naming convention, no spaces, no dashes, no nothing. You're just letters. There are some special characters because I was reading there's special characters because it's European release and all you weirdos in Europe have all your different little things. Just joking, you guys aren't weirdos, but yeah, all your different languages up there. So there are some special characters that you can utilize, but for the most part, first letters capitalized. Hi, this is my name. You can't space it in cap. You can't put a cap in manual. So it's just one word, 16 characters. Big old trickies. Let's see if somebody's got it. Ha! Yeah, whatever. That's an old joke. Maybe I should have. Anyway, what I mistakenly call him? Whirlblade, Deathblade, Blade Dancer. Let's see if somebody got it. Yeah, somebody got it. Throw the cheesy S at the end. Somebody's got that. Double S? No, I could have a double S. Oh, that was Bladed? I don't know. Bladed Babe. Of course, that's so cheesy. Why would anybody have that? This is my name. I can sit here and do this, just see what's been taken. Names are a thing because there's not a lot of customization to a name, and there's only 16 characters. It can be difficult to get a name going. You need a minimum of 2 names. Oz is definitely taken, or 2 letters, up to 16. So, Deathblade, probably taken. Deathblades, through the cheesy S at the end. Double S? Oh, that says I can't use the name. Why, that's filtered out. Oh, because it's the name of the race. Oh my goodness. Very cheesy S at the end. That says you can't use that name, not somebody's taking it. Ready for Crimson Blade. Just try to, like, can't use, maybe it's the word blade. I just want like a cool name like Bloodblade. Bloodblades. Such a cool knot. Bloody Storm. How about Bloodstorm? That sounds cooler. There we go. Already taken, alright. Sorry, Bloodstorm. I'm gonna be Bloody Storm. I'm gonna skip this part because this is what I don't want you to see. I don't want to spoil it for you, but it looks cool. I really hate this, so I'm just gonna blink this out real quick. So, I just wanted to skip the bridge part. You'll see it. That's all. You'll see it when you see it. I think it's very majestic, and I don't want to spoil it for you. Anyway, so you know, I got my primary class. I get to level 10. In the beta, you go right into it when you first create your character, just so you can get to the advanced classes, which was a smart move by them. But level 10, you go through your little initial quest, and then you can pick your advanced class. I'm gonna go with Shadowhunter for now. But when you're in here, you know, you can play the video. It tells you about your ultimate usually when you hit Z. But they have a class tester. Now you have to go through the class tester before you can confirm the class. So, but it's a good idea to come in here. You're in this little arena. You have some basic abilities, probably like up to level 15 or whatever. But it'll allow you to, you know, ooh, that's cool. Yeah, see, this class is like a medium range assassin. But what's nice about this is you can summon some monsters to beat up on, to try your abilities out and actually see how they function. That is nice, I like that. That's pretty powerful. I wouldn't ever use your basic attack. Only as a filler. Most of the time when I'm fighting on a class, I'll have enough abilities that I'll never have to use my basic attack. I can just keep cycling through my abilities. I don't know if that's good advice or not, but the basic attack doesn't seem to do a lot of damage versus even the worst ability. But with that said, if you're just holding down your basic attack, your other attacks will still launch when you press them if they're available. So you're not losing anything if you're just holding down your attack button. I have my shadow gauge filled up, so I can hit Z. I have no idea what this does. It's supposed to be some kind of... Ooh, it gives me special demon abilities. Ooh, look at that. Oh, summon a boss. You try it out on a boss. No, my gauge is going to disappear before the boss comes. So this guy's dash is on a 9-second cooldown. Let's see how all my cooldowns are down, so I was like, alright, let me start using my basic attack. Alright, boss is dead. Cancel the summon. Alright, so that's basically it. That's how you're picking your class, and then you hit end test, and then you just go up and confirm with the beautiful angel that that's the class that you want. And you get to pick which one you want. And then once that's picked, that's it. That's all there is to it. Yeah, a lot of stuff here. Pets. These are the pets. The white bunny I got for free. These are my two. I bought this off the cash shop, that off the cash shop just to try out. Mounts. I can't access some of this stuff because I'm low level. But yeah, that's about it. What next? Oh, let me show you the spreadsheet next. Maybe I'll just sit in here. I don't want to pick anything. Alright, I'm gonna go to character select. I'll show you the spreadsheet that I found that's pretty decent. Kind of gives you a good breakdown. So let me just get that loaded. Okay. Hopefully it's recording the screen correctly. You want to Google Omnipower's Lost Ark class breakdown, right? So I made a copy of this to my my drive just so I can show you. This is the guy's Twitch, Omnipower, his YouTube, Omnipower. You know, it looks like he put a lot of work into this, so, you know, definitely important to give him some recognition. But he has this nice class breakdown. Shows you all the different classes. Now, it shows the classes that aren't available as well, so you're going to have to familiarize yourself with what is and what isn't. Kind of tells you what the role is, tells you what their theme is, Templar Knight, you know, Tormental, Glaive, Specialist, Cowgirl, Mercenary, Outlaw. Tells you what instrument they use, Warhorn, Lute, Electric Guitar, Harp. Kind of gives you an example of some of their weapons. These engravings are what transform your characters, like how it completely plays later on. Awakening skills is what they're called, the ultimate, I think. Their identity, synergies, I'm not sure what that means. That's beyond me. But this, the PvE performance, this is what I found very helpful versus everybody else's guides. Let me try to zoom it just a little bit for you. There we go. Alright. So, what I like about this is it breaks down the classes. So these are the tank classes. These are like the monk classes, the martial artists. These are the gunner classes. These are the caster classes. These are the assassin classes. So the only one we're missing right now is Reaper. But what I like about it tells you burst damage, the sustained damage. Like, so if you're just, forget about the initial burst, if you're just constantly doing damage to like a boss, how tanky they are, how mobile they are, how much support they have, how much impairment it does, like how much it stuns, impairs the other mobs, I believe it was that's discussing, and then the difficulty rating, like how hard is it for you to play the class or to get into the class. So I imagine, let's see, the gunslingers, I'm surprised these aren't high. So like, yeah, the Deadeye's high because he is a he's the one that flops the gun around. And I don't think they have the female version listed in here. That's why she's not in here. So they would both be high. But yeah, so if you go in here, like the Berserker, what I was saying, he's great. He's high burst damage, high sustain, medium tanky, medium. Like, he's just your great all-around high damage. He feels good to play. Your Paladin, low damage, both burst and sustain, high tankiness, high mobility, which surprises me. I didn't know about that. High support because he is a healer. Your Gun Lancer, a lot of people recommend this because these are the tankiest out of all of them. Even more tankier than the Paladin. High burst damage, I think it depends on the build. Like, he has notes in here. Yeah, red skill build high, blue skill medium. So Gun Lancer isn't a low DPS character, as that's what other people were telling me. It feels low DPS at first, but at the end it's not. Decent sustain, super high tankiness, most in any game, extremely low mobility, high support because he is a tank with buffs. Destroyer is not in the release yet. Striker, is Striker the... They use different names for him, so I'm trying to think. War Dancer, Scrapper, yeah, so Striker isn't in the game yet? I hope I'm not wrong. I think it's just War Dancer, Scrapper, Soul Fist, right? I don't know. Anyway, basically all these feel the same to me. Like, they're all medium to high, sustained, or burst. Depending on the build that you do, can change it to high or flip on around. They all have low tankiness. The War Dancer is medium, has a little bit more. They all have high mobility. They all have medium to high support. And that's the difference between, in my opinion, the difference between the martial artist class and the assassin class is the support, right? So these are medium to high, these are all low. I'm surprised the assassin are considered high burst damage. Anyway, let's go down. So the gunslingers, is he in the game? The Deadeye's in the game. Sharpshooter. Machinist is not in the game. I don't know. But as you can see, the Artillerist, I think he's might be a little mistaken with the high here. They got good damage, but I don't think they're high. They're probably like medium high. He didn't feel high to me. Like, you know, he's basically saying the Gunslinger is a higher burst damage than my Deathblade. I don't know, maybe endgame, but I don't think so. But yeah, he's good sustained damage. I think he might be off on these damage numbers. Definitely tanky. He's the tanky mobility. I don't know if he's high though. Like, I think a lot of these might actually be medium. He seems to have a lot of high on this one. I don't think this is too accurate versus for what I felt. But then again, I didn't play endgame, so I don't know. Definitely low mobility. He's your tanky ranged, your sharpshooter, medium high. You know, this is just what I like about this little thing. You can kind of go through here and kind of compare. You know, Bard's lower DPS, super high support and mobility, low tankiness, but there's a caveat. I would put that as medium because they can heal and have all these buffs. They're hard to kill. You're not feeling too squishy. They can get one-shotted by bosses, but on average, they're hard to kill in PvP. They're hard to kill in PvE because they have all these abilities and can heal. Summoner, I would have thought would be high burst damage. Apparently, it's high sustained damage. So I don't know how accurate this list is. I really just like how he kind of breaks it down overall to kind of let you see how each class is in each category. He does the same thing in PvP, but I'm not a big PvPer, so I never bothered to look at it or care about it. You can go in here. I'd imagine it's roughly the same and look at it yourself. The other thing that's nice about this is he has a ton of guides on here. So you want a build guide for your class? Where's the ones I like? That gives is it this guy? Yeah, this guy. He's Koleverii, and he doesn't have them for everything. He has a lot of them. But let me pull one of them up here. I'll pull this Gunslinger up just so I can show it as examples. So basically, it's a little YouTube video, but what I like is he offers a graphic. So let me pull that up real quick. Hopefully, I got this lined up where my video was recording at to show his spreadsheet. So what I like is he has a YouTube video he doesn't really explain anything, he just kind of showcases it, but he offers this nice graphic, and this one image shows you everything you need to know about the build that he's talking about, like how to build it. Like he very awesome that this guy put everything together. So basically 1 to 50 distributed points to the colored tripods, so you know, distribute these as you see fit to the coloreds, and then fill in the gray ones once you get more points. You know, this build's suitable for general leveling, if you're having difficulties with bosses, switch over to the raid build. So this is your general leveling build. It shows you the skills that he likes for the build. It shows you how many points you need in it. It shows you which of the abilities to grab in each tier. It shows you the priority to grab them in, meaning these grayed ones out are lower priority, so get all the colored ones first and then spend points into the gray ones. It shows you the level of the ability, so when you can expect to get it. Level 1, level 1, level 1, I'm assuming. I don't know. Level 12. Then it also shows you the loadout, like what his suggested hotbar is. As you can see, he's got 2 of them because this is the guy that can switch through the different weapons. So I'm assuming he don't even care about the 3rd weapon. He's just using a pistol and a shotgun, and he's not even using a rifle for this guy. So I'm assuming this is the shorter ranged version. But yeah, I just really like this guy's. Out of all the guides that he has listed here, and there's a lot of different guides, like, you know, you got this Korean one, you know, a lot of them are YouTube videos. What I really like about this Koleverii, or whatever his name is he provides you with that nice graphic. That all-in-one graphic tells you everything you need to just where to dump your points, and kind of you can figure out the rest. So definitely like this Omnipower's Lost Ark class breakdown spreadsheet. Has a lot of good information. Again, here, let me show you his YouTube, so you can get that. You can find it if you just Google Omnipower. It'll pop up probably on Reddit or whatever. But this, I really like this. Really well done. Whoever you are, good job, guy. Everybody, he gathered up all these guides. Everybody who made those guides, good job. Especially this guy, putting it all in one little infograph. Loved it, loved it. Used them throughout beta, helped me a lot. Helped me understand how everything rolled. All right, what next? I don't know. I'm gonna figure out. I need to eat some dinner. It's getting super late. I'm gonna eat, and then I'll finish this video off. And I don't know what the next topic is gonna be. So, yeah, I went got something to eat. Had some old KFC from the other day, and I ate too much of it, and it was too late. And damn if it didn't give me heartburn all night. So it's actually the next day now. I've been editing the video footage that I've been putting together. But I wanted to talk about the Founders Pack, because that's something I never really touched on. So my thoughts, my opinions, maybe explain a little bit about what you're getting. This right here shows you all the good stuff that you're getting, right? So this is the mount that you're getting. By the way, I'm going to pick red. Red. I like red. But everybody have their opinion. This is like a glamour. Oh, God, I've been playing Final Fantasy for too long. This is a set, an image, vanity, whatever you want to call it. This is a unique to being a founder. This is for like your house. I guess there's housing or something. It's like a little train, full-size train that goes into your housing. I don't even know about housing. Completely don't even know about it. And this is a little pet that you get, right? So let's look at the different tiers. So bronze, you're going to get the main thing, right? And this, again, this is why, I don't know if I said this before in another video, this is why I really respected their offering. So for what, $15 American dollars, they include in the cheapest one a 3-day head start, which is one of the most valuable things, right? Because that's what that's everybody who's buying any of these, that's the main thing they want. They want to get in, they want to get a head start, they want to reserve names. Like, let's face it, that's what we all want to do. It's the last 20 years, that's the whole reason why we wanted to have head starts. You also get a pet, a founder's pet. So I think this little guy. You get a title, which to me, I've always loved founder titles. A lot of people hate them, like the people who don't get a chance to buy the founders, because they like, it's that fear of missing out. Like they don't, I can never get there. There's nothing I can ever do to ever get a founder's title because I never bought that package and I came in on this game 6 months late or a year late, you know. You get the 30-day premium aura that gives you some buffs. So, you know, overall the bronze packet is nice. It has all the main things you would want. The head start, it had beta access. Beta's over, so it doesn't list the beta access now. But it had beta access as well, and the title. There are 3 primary things in the cheapest package. So that, when I seen that, I was like, they're making good decisions there, right? They're making really good decisions on that one. The silver pack gives you a little bit more. Starts giving you some chests with these items. I don't hold a lot of value to these items. These are all things you can get in game. They'll help you out, but from, you know, like, you know, I don't like spending money on trivial things. If I'm gonna spend money, I want it to be like a sweet mount that I want, a head start, you know, something unique or important to the game. I don't see that stuff as being hugely important. This is where you start getting royal crystals, so these are money. So I'd imagine, just looking at this, the price difference from this to this is $10, and they're giving you some royal basically what I think is going to be $10 worth of royal crystals. That's why I think they're going to keep this ratio at, you know, $10 for 1,000 or something like that. Just looking at the price difference is $10. So that's why I think that. And then if you look at this, the price difference, $24.99. So $25 to $50 is another $25, and it's bumping up your crystals. So now you're getting a little bit of a discount, right? You're getting $40 worth, and you're getting the rest of the stuff for $10. So, you know, and then for $100, you're getting $70 worth of crystals plus a whole bunch of other stuff. So that's what I think the value of the royal crystals are going to be. One per penny, but we'll see. But yeah, so let's just break this down a little bit. So you get the head start, you get the beta access, which is too late for that because it's over, you know, as of today. You get $10 worth of crystals, or I'm assuming $10. You get 1,000 royal crystals. You get your pet, you get your aura, you get your title, and then you get the supply crate, which gives you. We were getting these in beta. Silver's not 10,000 silver's nothing. 30 res tokens is nice. It'll help, but is it worth money? Some free gathering tools, so you don't have to bother getting them. Some potions, some more silver. So like, what is that? 50, 100, 130, 140,000 silver. That's a nice head start. That way you don't have to worry about silver in the beginning. You buy whatever you want. Makes it nice and convenient for you. That's not bad. I mean, all this is not important, but it's a nice addition to the fact that you're getting everything here, plus $10 worth of crystals, assuming, and you get a nice little bump. So, if you don't want to spend too much money and you want a little help, yeah, this is good. But other than that, I don't see a lot of value unless you're planning on buying some royal crystals anyway. Maybe you want a character slot or something like that right away. So just might as well buy this pack and you get all this stuff. You know what I mean? Next pack, right? Gold. Let's see what the little graphic shows us. Yeah, so now we're getting a character slot token, all the same stuff. And then this is where you're getting the addition of the Founders Vanity set, or Glamour, or whatever you want to call it. Let's see what they call it. Avatar is what they call it. Founders exclusive Avatar. That's what I don't understand. They call avatars glamours or whatever, vanities avatars. Like, avatars are like what your character looks like up in the little character symbol. Anyway, it's all the same stuff, except you're bumping up now. Assumption $40 worth of crystals for $50. The extra $10 goes towards the head start, the beta, which is now over, yada yada yada. All the same stuff. The title. And then you get a gold supply crate, which is, let's compare these. Bump these up. So yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're getting basically the same thing. Yeah, you're getting the same thing. Adventures equipment. Yeah, I don't understand why it's just called a gold. You're getting the exact same thing. Yeah, so again, it's the supply crates are pretty menial, in my opinion. What's important here is why you would want to upgrade from this to here is if you wanted more royal crystals anyway. If you're like, all right, I want to spend $50 and have some stuff so I can buy some whatevers. You might as well get this package because you're getting a free character slot and you're getting this Founders exclusive Northern Lawmaker avatar. So basically, it's like barbarian, like snow barbarian type armor for whichever character. And I believe it goes on your first character. So I don't know if it's the first character you create, because that's considered your main, or if it's the first character that you get to a certain level. I'm not sure, but this goes on. It does say someplace that this goes on your first character, so be careful about that. Research that before you play, which character and how this gets distributed, because it might just go to a character you don't want it to go to. I'm not sure. Research that. That's my tip for you there. Alright, so platinum, let's look here. The little graphics. Now this is where you're getting the mount. You're getting the armor. All the stuff, and I think you're also getting an additional armor, which you're not, or avatar, or glamour, or whatever, which you're not showing in here. So let's take a peek. Let's first. So it's all the same stuff. You're getting $70, assuming, worth of crystals. So if you're gonna spend money on crystals, you might as well get this package because you get all this other stuff. Title. Let's take a look at the platinum versus the gold. Ascension versus a heroes. Oh, so there is some more stuff in this one. Yeah, you're getting a little bit more stuff. You're getting chaos pieces. I don't know what any of this stuff is. I'd imagine it's about as useful as any of these other things. How come there was no difference in this one? There's no difference in the gold. 100. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and spend too much time on it, but it doesn't look like there's much of a difference between the gold crate and the silver crate, but it does look like there's a difference in the platinum. Hey, same quantities. In the Platinum, you're getting 5 adventure crates. So you get 5 times this. Plus, these crates have more than this. You know, it has more stuff in each one. So definitely, if you really want these crates and the potions, this is more for advanced players. But you're definitely getting a better deal. You're getting more res tokens. You know, this is their premium pack. So you still get 1 character. You get the founder's avatar. And after I'm done explaining or going over this stuff, I'll show a picture of the founder's avatar real quick. I'll just insert it into the video. Maybe I'll just do it right now. Let me see if I can do magic of editing. Founder's avatar picture insert. So when I was going out to find the image on, you know, the internet of the founder's avatar, I came across this person on Twitter that actually had posted all like better images than what I knew was out there. So and I started looking through these and I was like, wow. So I you know, instead of just popping an image up there in my video, I'm just segmenting this in, and then I'll continue where I left off after this little clip. But Gunlancer, let's look at his founder platinum avatar. This is really gonna sell people on the platinum because these things are so sweet looking. So Gunlancer totally looks nice. That is like, almost looks like a paladin. Very, very nice outfit in my opinion. But wait, there's more. Let's look at the Berserker. Berserker, very nice. Dark orange and white. Oh, it looks great. It almost looks like a Halloween costume. Oh, kind of bipped out of that too quick. Very nice. Very nice. Now here is what is breaking my heart. Oh, man. Look at that paladin. Paladin, the face is completely invisible under any light with the headpiece equipped. Oh, man. Oh, man. I didn't want to play a paladin, but I would play a paladin just to look like that. I love the white armor with the black hood, like the Holy Reaper. He's even got a thorned crown. Nice. Yeah, that's a really sweet looking. If you're gonna main a paladin, this is probably tempting you to spend $100 right now. The Destroyer is not in the NA release. I played this over on Russia. Very fun class. If you go watch my other video, you'll see I've got some gameplay of this one. I got a 3-hour video of just like all the classes, you know, just looking around. I was just exploring the game. But yeah, so he looks good. Let's see, War Dancer. Let's see what she looks like. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. That's nice. I would have spent $100 on it though. You know, that just looks like something maybe you could get in a game. Let's see, the Scrapper. Looks alright. I don't know. I'm not a fan there. Looks alright. I don't wouldn't draw me to a $100 package. Honga. Look at her. Oh my. Are they gonna cover that up in the NA? You know, which, you know, is crazy, but whatever. It's a video game. But I wouldn't spend $100 on that. Looks good, but I would. Lance Master is not in the NA release, but let's look at it anyway. Look at that see-through mesh lingerie. That's crazy. Look at her now. That's actually a nice outfit. And okay, I gotta stop it. Now this one. A torn gi with a black belt. Not just a torn gi with a black belt on it, a striker, which is a martial artist, you know, but he's got like red and blue flaming arms. It looks like they turn on and off. What's up with that? Is that normally on the striker? Is that part of the striker? Or is that part of the suit? I don't know, but regardless, I really like this. It's simple, it's basic, but this is sleek. I'm digging this whole look here, man, because I don't know about you, but I had karate when I was a kid, and I dressed up in my gi and got my colored belt and stuff like that. Just really like the old martial arts look. Alright, let's look at the gunslinger. Yeah, nice, different, the gun, you know, old west. I guess if you're into that. That looks good. Artillerist. This one's not bad. I'm liking it. Yeah, what is it? That's not a skull, is it? I like he has like a hood with the Sub-Zero metal mask. That's pretty cool. Nah, it's not a skull. It just kind of looked like it. That's not bad. I'm not big on these drapey, I don't know what you call this in real life, the drapey half man dress, where the front's exposed, the back's not. There's probably a term for that. But that's not bad. That's if I was going to main that, I would probably be happy with that. This is fancy. I feel like this is like Final Fantasy 14 stuff right here. This is like, ooh, look at that. That's nice. Yeah, this is pretty good. I like that one. This is a pretty good one. What class was this? Deadeye? Are they even in the game? I can't remember. I think they are. Sharpshooter, the bow and arrow guy. Let's take a look at him. Some people will like this. I like that it glows. I like it has like a glowing element in there. I like this back piece, but I was never big on these huge, overly drawn bows. But it does look like a decent armor. I'd be happy with that if I was going to play that class. Scout, I believe, is not in the game. I do want to play this guy. He looks awesome. He's like a gunner that is like a techno gunner. Definitely going to play him when he comes to NA. Oh, Bard looks foofy. See, like, I can't play a class that looks like that. I just have a hard time. My class has to look BA. Like, you know, I played with G.I. Joes when I was a kid. Not Barbies. I mean, you know. But that being said, if I like this kind of thing, this is nice. Like, I could see the quality in it. So if I like being all foofy, this definitely looks nice. This is some Final Fantasy on steroid level design. Very nice. I imagine a lot of bards are going to like that. Summoner. Ooh, I like that it's like greenish tint, almost like a Final Fantasy summoner, like almost like paying homage to it. Very fairy-ish, right? Very sylph or sylvan or whatever they're called. I forget what they're called. I do like this. If I was going to play a summoner, I mean, yeah, I'm not into the foofy stuff, but that's not bad. Let's look at the Arcana, which again isn't available. Yeah, it's just they're saying it unreleased on NA. This is one of the classes I liked. This one and the Sorcerer was nice. This is not bad. It's not great. It's lingerie-ish. It's not too foofy. It looks kind of BA for, you know, a female gear. Shadow Hunter. Let's see. Ooh, I like the demon wing thing. She's got, look, it looks like it has like a smoke effect on it, which would be nice. I don't know if they just... No, I see it right here. A little bit of smoke effect, I think. Yes, wow. This thing probably has like smoke coming off of it. That's nice. I like any kind of particle effect like that is nice. Deathblade. This is one of my favorites. She just... Oh, man. 650 volt blender. Like, just supersonic blender. That might be my name. Supersonic blender. Supersonic death blender. I think you can't put the name Death in any Deathblade character, but looks good. A little too basic. Just looks like a basic one you would buy out at a cash shop or in game. But you know, not horrible, but nothing that would draw me to spend $100. Reaper, again, we don't have this class. I don't even remember if I played this on Russia. I don't remember this class whatsoever. So they probably didn't have this one out. But that doesn't look good at all. That just looks like basic armor. And I think that's it. Was that all the classes? Are we missing any? Let's review real quick. We got the Gunlancer, Berserker, Paladin. There's the tanks. We got the War Dancer, the Scrapper, the Soul Fist. We got the Striker, I think is in the game. The Gunslinger, the Artillerist, and the Deadeye is in the game, and the Sharpshooter. We got the Bard, the Summoner. There are two casters we got. And the Deathblade. Yeah, that's all of them. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this off here. This Twitter is Luffy. I don't know, at Luiflex. Luiflex, are you master? Big Bard. Okay, so if you want to look at this yourself, come to this person's Twitter and take a look. Now, back to our regularly scheduled programming. So there we go. I'm just assuming that I was able to edit it in here magically with my magic editing skills, and you are now looking at the awesome looking platinum founders, glamours, avatars, whatever you want to call them. Next thing is the mount. That's the three-headed mount here, which comes in different colors. I do like the red, so they're showing that off up there. I think a lot of people are probably going to pick that. And then you get a welcome crate, which gives you the founders exclusive wallpaper. Remember I showed you in the character creation you can change the wallpaper? That's what that is. The founders exclusive structure is the train, the choo-choo train, that I guess goes in your housing. I have no idea. Legendary rapport. I always want to say report. Chest holding. So I think this is just some stuff like gifts for NPCs to give you a high faction boost. Probably tactically advanced, you know, it's probably some kind of tactical advantage I'm not aware about. And then it gives you some trading cards to help you complete your trading card collection. So not a big deal there. I think the main thing is the real crystal bump. You know, the increased quantities of everything here is a big deal. And then the avatar, you're not getting that anywhere else. This is only on the platinum. You're not getting this mount anywhere else. This is on a platinum. And I think, I'd imagine, because everything else is like this, because this is one of the things that are like quote-unquote pay-to-win. You can buy items in the shop and sell them on the market. I would imagine this avatar, this avatar, the Northern Lawmaker, the Founders Platinum avatar, the Founder exclusive three-headed cool looking mount, all three of them I'd imagine can be sold for gold. So they're going to be rare items. I'd imagine they're probably just going to appreciate as they become rarer. So that would be another reason to buy this if you plan on buying the game long term and you do plan on spending money anyway. This is probably a way to make more royal crystals or more gold out of having this pack. So if you're going to go big anyway on this game, I'd recommend just going platinum. If you don't care about the avatars, character slots, or any of this stuff, I'd recommend going bronze or just nothing. Remember, this game's free. You don't even have to pay $14.99. Don't feel pressured into this. I'm just explaining this. You know, this is for people that want to spend money. There's people out there like, nah, I'm gonna chill. I'm alright, dog. I don't got a job. I can chill for, 10 hours a day. God bless your heart. I wish I could. I wish I was retired and could just rock out games all day long. But there's people out there that can, and good for them. So maybe they just want to play free and grind the money and not spend money. Everybody's different. Everybody has their own opinions, their own wants and desires. So that's the Founders Pack. Now, what I did is I initially bought bronze. I was kind of skeptical, and I wanted to see everything. I was worried about it being pay to win. I bought bronze to get into the beta, and I figured it gave me all the stuff, so I really liked that. It gave me everything that was important to me. And then after playing the beta, I got on Steam and said, hey, Steam, can you give me a refund to my Steam wallet? They popped that within an hour over to my Steam wallet, and I bought this bad boy. So I'm rolling in platinum. Now me, I'm probably not going to sell my dog. I'm going to ride my dog. Now, I might not use these avatars right away, although I do like the way the Founders avatars look. I might not use them right away. And again, I think these avatars depend on the advanced class that you pick. I think. Double check that. Go someplace if you're going to spend your money on this, and double check how that gets distributed, because I'm not sure, and I think that's important. What else do I need to talk about? Well, I guess nothing else really. I think this video is long enough. I could go on and on and on about some things, which I do anyway. But I think what I'm going to do, just to make this video excessively long, is I have some gameplay. So I have a boss fight from, like, not a high level dungeon, but one of the higher levels that I got to one of my characters with my limited time to play. So I think I'm going to run that first. That I'm playing an artillery character. Which I think looks cool. Low mobility, decent damage, kind of unique. Skills are a little wonky at targeting, the AoE skills. I'm not huge on, but pretty good class. So I'll put that in there. It's a boss fight in a group in a dungeon. And then I'll run I ran my Sorceress through the very first dungeon. I recorded the whole thing. So I'll put those two in the video at the end of the video here. And I'm not going to narrate over it. So that'll be for people who just want gameplay without somebody blah 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 in their ear. They just want to watch some gameplay, hear the sound effects, and and watch it. So I'll just let that run. I don't know. It might be another 20 minutes worth of footage. But regardless, I do appreciate you watching this. If you've made it this far, you know, I've done this in another video, and a couple people were like, yeah, I did make it this far, dude. And if you've made it this far, I'm just curious. Whoever makes it this far, put a comment. Just put a comment down there, like, I made it that far, you know, or something like that. Just let me know that you actually made it to this point in the video and you watched the whole thing. I don't think there will be that many comments, so it's not a big ask. But yeah, just let me know. If you like the video, like it. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. You know, I could throw the image up showing you that only 3% of my subscribers are my viewers. Most people just come in through the algorithm or whatever, view my videos. Give me a like, give me a subscribe if you like this format, you like the sound of my voice, you like my tone, you like my vibe. Give me a sub, and I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm probably going to be making a lot of Lost Ark videos. This one's a little noobish, you know. I'm learning. You know, I'm not a master. I'm not a Korean player. I played a little bit over on Russia just to check it out to see if it was a good game. But you know, as I grow with the game, I'll be able to hopefully provide better information and some unique perspectives. All right, enjoy the rest of the video.
dwellers have invaded. Find them. As you command, I smell them. Where? Find the trespassers. Find them. They're here.
trapped in darkness. We must pierce the darkness with light. A little more. Almost got it.
Tricks on me? Pathetic!
Now is the time. Reflect light onto Thanatos by using the gold mirror in a sunny spot. Destroy his dark energy.
What do you hope to accomplish? Only death awaits you here. Why is
It's the first key to the Ark. The sword seal. Down here all this time. Good job.
But I'll be taking the seal from here.
Watch out!
Using your own body as a shield. Foolish. Not bad for a half-breed demon. But this is as far as you go.
Sword seal. One last time.
You pretend to be human, but this is the real you.
That seal is mine.
Just a delay.
I love the smell of fresh poison.
This is demon poison, idiot. A drop'll kill ya.
I hope you've brought...
So many tablet hunters these days. You're too late. I already gave it to the demons.
If the demon has the tablet piece, Prideholm is in danger. We must hurry back.